Alright, welcome friends and fans to another tech video here at Baker Drivetrain. We're going to be doing a quick 5-speed N1 shift drum on, this is a 97 FL transmission. You'd find this in a Road King or a Bagger, something like that. This is what we'll be doing it on today. We do make the N1 shift drums for a couple different models. We do them actually all the way from 1936 up until present bikes on the big twins. What is the N1 drum? What does it do? The N1 drum's pretty simple. It puts neutral below first gear instead of in between first and second. So the shift pattern then is neutral, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. If you have a 6-speed, neutral, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. With that said, we'll get going on this transmission here. First thing I do to do this, you don't have to do this, but it helps make everything easier, is you want to find neutral in the transmission. So the main shaft should spin freely against, and the pulley should spin freely as well in opposite directions. That's how you're going to be knowing if you're in neutral. If you're not neutral, the two will spin together. So get her in neutral, and then we're going to remove our top cover. So just 5 bolts on here. I've already broken these loose, and so we will just start taking these out. Okay, I've already broken the top cover loose, so it'll come free from the gasket pretty easily. So you just want to set the top cover aside, and now you have your shift system here. You're going to break off the 4 bolts that are holding the pillow blocks with the drum on. So we'll take those off now. Once those 4 bolts are removed, you're going to want to take care in taking the shift drum and pillow blocks assembly out. A good way to do that, you don't want to stretch this spring out by lifting this up. So you just want to get it up high enough to get away from the pins that the hooks ride on. So just going to have to rock that up. Now there are dowels under each one of these, so you want to be careful not to drop any of those in the transmission if they come loose. This one, they fortunately all stayed in for us, so there's no issues there. So we'll remove that and set that aside. Okay, so top cover's removed. Sometimes the gasket will fight you. It's going to rip off into pieces. Obviously you don't want the pieces of the gasket going in the transmission. It's going to be a little bit harder to do when you're in your bike doing this, but you're going to want to just go around and clean off the gasket surface all the way around. Razor blades work good, or a traditional gasket scraper. Just take your time and be careful and clean it nicely. Alright, with your gasket surface all cleaned, you're going to take your shift drum. I've put this drum in the neutral position already. We ship them out in the neutral position to help out. Pin side is going to go to the shifter pawl side, and just kind of reverse operation here. You're going to take your shifter pawl, you want to rotate it back, and again, don't lift the hook up, just lift the hook up enough to get over the pins here so that we don't put any extra stress on it. Now you can see the dowels, I'm not lined up here, and that's because these forks have moved a little bit as I was cleaning the gasket surface off. You just want to kind of move everything around and get the forks so that they will line up in their grooves here. It will be a little bit different for some of the other models, but this will cover basics here. Once the drum is in, you can take your new fasteners. We include socket head cap screws with these. Use a blue thread lock and gonna torque them to factory specs here. So we'll get those going in here. Some blue Loctite. Now that the shift drum's all torqued in, we can go ahead and we're going to want to do a full shift check through all the gears. You can simply rotate the main shaft and shift it through. So we're all in neutral. So we're going to go in the first, we're going to go in the second, and we're going to go in the third. Once you're in third gear on these 5 speeds and our overdrive 6 speeds, you're going to want to take a look at your shifter pawl adjustment. We've got a separate video on our YouTube page to show you how to do the shifter pawl adjustment. It's just going to be centering over the 2 pins here. So we'll get this centered over here, and then we will continue on with our shift function check. Okay, once we've gotten, made sure that shift through all the gears with no binding, and all the gears going nicely, we're going to go ahead and put a new top cover gasket and bolt the top cover on and be done with it. Alright, well I'm buttoning up this Evo 5-speed. You know, I talked about earlier we have N1 drums for 4-speed bikes, we have them for the 5-speed bikes, we have them for 2000 and later style bikes. And the difference between the earlier style 5-speed and the 2000 and later style 5-speed is going to be in the shift drum, and it's going to be in these pins. The earlier style shift drum uses 1/4 inch diameter pins. The later 2000 and later style uses 3/16 diameter pins. So anything 2000 and later will require a Baker shifter pawl and a just eccentric screw. So that's the big difference on the 2000 and later. We also make these shift drums, the N1 shift drums, for cruise drive models as well that will bolt right into your stock setup. And we make them for all of our transmissions. If you guys got any questions, you can check us out, bakerdrivetrain.com, or on our Instagram, or on our Facebook, or here on our YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us today, and have a good one, guys.